Once you've created the chassis for the Formula 1 car, the next thing we need to do is to add the housing for the CO2 bulb. We're going to add a sketch, so click on sketch, but you don't get the sketch tools appearing on the menu here until you tell the computer which surface you want to add it to, and we're going to add it to the surface at the back of the car. Just click on there. Now you can see the sketch tools appear. We're going to draw a circle, and the circle, we're waiting for a center line to appear. There's the center line. Drag out a circle, and the size of the circle needs to be 25 diameter. So simply type in 25, press enter, and the circle jumps to that size. Now we want this circle to be actually at a tangent, which means it's just going to be touching the top surface of the chassis there. It's just as though it was a wheel resting on a road. So to get it to touch there, what we need to do is we're going to go to this tool, which is the tangent tool. Click on the tangent tool, and we're going to say, right, this surface and this surface need to be touching, and there is the tangent formed. Now what we need to do is we want to extrude that shape by a distance of 54 millimeters. So what we can do now is say complete the sketch. Okay, we're now going to extrude that, and I'll just double check that that is the correct size. It's actually 52 millimeters. So type in 52, and of course that's going the wrong way, so let's get that going that way into the chassis. That looks correct. Okay, so there's the first part of the housing created. What we need to do now is we're going to fill in the gaps between the housing and the back. So what we'll do now is we're going to draw onto this surface here, a sketch, and what we want to do now is we want to click on a rectangle tool, and we'll want this rectangle to go just from there, and you can see the center line appear on the circle, and it's going to come across to this point here, so it's level with there. And we're going to do exactly the same with that rectangle. We are going to extrude it, so we say give it the green tick to see we're finished with that sketch. We're now going to extrude it by the same amount, which is going to be 52, and we're going to extrude it that way, but nothing's happening. That's because we need to tell it which profile. So we're going to select the profile, and it's going to be that profile and that profile, which are now filled in, so that's okay. So there is the housing for the CO2 bulb. Of course, we now need to bore a hole in the center of there for the bulb to fit into. So that means we need to draw another sketch. So let's click on sketch. We're going to click the surface that we want to draw it onto, and I think we need to make that a little bit larger. So just use the wheel on the or the best fit. Use the best fit icon there. So we've got a nice circle here. What we need to do is we need to find the center of there to draw that circle. So we're going to click on this circle, and we're going to find that center line there, drag that out like that, and the size that it needs to be, just going to check this, the size it needs to be is 21. So we'll type in 21 like that, press enter, and just to make sure that those two that we actually got the center, what we can do is we can click on this one, concentric constraints, that constraint and that constraint. Yes, that's definitely centered. So what we can do now is we are now going to extrude that, but this time we're going to be removing the material. So we'll say, right, we're finished with that sketch, and we're now going to extrude that. It's not going to go that way, of course, it's going to go that way, and we're going to be removing material. So that's that one that we want to go, and instead of going 52, just so we don't want the hole coming right the way through, let's just change that to 51. Click OK, and there it is. So now we have the just click on orbit to have a look around that orbit there, and of course the hole shouldn't go all the way through. No, it doesn't. There it is. So close that. front view again. Side view.